We were correct on the Nintendo Switch getting an upgrade. Not so much a Switch Pro, but just some minor changes here and there. Over 73 or even more than that didn't want to spend another 400 or 500 USD. Again, sad face. But we are excited for it, and the comments on here were interesting as well. Let's see, with Phileas, I think Phileas's one was one of the best comments that I've ever read for this one. The third option, I don't want to buy another version, I'm going to spend some money for a console, it would be a PS5. I don't believe all the rumors. Yeah, the rumors were extremely way out there. I don't think it's going to be a full-on, and a lot of people here don't think it's going to be a full-on upgrade like the Xbox Series X or the PS5, but we finally got the differences of the Nintendo Switch to the OLED model. I hope you really watch that. There will be some B-roll here and there, but just to see the differences here, and I will get into the will Bayonetta 3 be on the OLED Switch. You've probably seen the title already, but here we go first. We're gonna have a wider screen. Now, naturally, the OLED model has an OLED touchscreen compared to the Switch LCD. It's just touchscreen and a wider screen to a 6.1 or a 6.2 inch screen on this new Switch, and only 0.05 pounds heavier than the original Switch. Oh, you won't be able to feel the difference, or maybe you will, just very little bit. It has twice as much internal storage. There's one of the biggest improvements of the OLED model is double the amount of internal storage, increasing from 32 to 64, so doubling its storage from the previous Switch. I don't think that's going to be a big deal for Bayonetta 3. It has a built-in LAN port. Now this, I really want this. I don't have a LAN port in my room right at the moment, but for those who are hardcore and don't want any kind of lag, here's that LAN port for you Switch, especially for Super Smash Bros. I hope this improves the whole economy of Smash Ultimate Online. But they finally have a wider stand, and I loved the footage of the wider stand. It just felt so satisfying. You won't see the Switch tilting that way. It's gonna be so satisfying. So the Nintendo Switch OLED model sports a wider, more adjustable stand on the back. Additionally, the Joy-Cons will work with all Switch. Oh, okay. So I just realized that I didn't see this one. The original Joy-Cons will work with the Switch OLED model and vice versa. So that means that sentence alone basically proves that this is just a minor upgrade from the previous Switch. There's no 4K support. The rumors were wrong. There's no 4K support on the OLED like many fans are hoping for, and the battery life for the OLED model is the same as the the battery life's the same. Kind of sad. But yeah, there's nothing really else to that changed it. The aesthetics were really nice. I hope they release a red one, but I'm not so sure. It's quite a huge price jump compared to what changes that happened, and I'm pretty sure they invested a ton of money to get these changes implemented. So I wonder if they are going to add in more colors here and there. I don't know if this is going to sell well. I think Nintendo has a pretty loyal fan base, and they might even break even with this. So on to the big question of our channel. Did the Switch OLED delay Bayonetta 3? And I have a few more questions for that too. I do not think so. I think it's going to come out as planned. The Nintendo Switch OLED has some minor changes, but it proves a huge debate. Will Bayonetta 3 and other games as well, Breath of the Wild 2, Metroid Prime 4, will they require beefy upgrades just like the PS5 or the Xbox X? Not so much now. Now this proves it. Will we finally get some news for Bayonetta 3 since this came out? It doesn't really change anything. PlatinumGames probably had, or the Bayonetta 3 development team probably already had some news about a Switch OLED model prior to 2017. I'm not too positive on them changing their mindset now, and I don't think there's going to be any news that comes out to this unless they release a Switch Pro, which I highly doubt it. Now, since they released this, I'm pretty sure that they're not like Apple, where they can release 3 generations of a phone at once and whatnot, or 3 versions of a generations at once. Was Bayonetta 3 meant for the Switch OLED? It would be nice. It's not their foundation. I think that we will have a much better experience and huge FPS differences compared to the original Switch, but not so much anything else. There's nothing. I'm gonna answer the question for you. If you are wondering, I'm going to answer this. From my experience, especially in game development and coding and whatnot, I don't think they're going to have any differences or plans change because this is released. They probably already had this before. Does Bayonetta 3 need that upgrade in specs to run smoothly? So at this point, the Platinum engine is definitely capable of being run on a normal Switch. This just proved it. This statement right here is going to be proven false if there is a new Switch Pro on the line. Now, are they going to do the same thing that they did with Bayonetta 3 that they did with the Nintendo 3DS and the new Nintendo 3DS? Personally, I do not think so. I think they've learned their lesson on that. It just divides the amount of income into half, basically. So Nintendo Lite, just 1 hour ago, 5:30 a.m., 2 hours ago, confirms that there is no CPU or RAM upgrade in the OLED Switch. So Nintendo has confirmed to The Verge that Nintendo Switch OLED model does not have a new CPU or more RAM from the previous Nintendo Switch models. Again, that just proved, and we were the most correct ones. We were saying, Phileas, we were the most correct ones. We were saying that it's not going to be as big as the PS5 or the Xbox Series X, just minor upgrades here and there. And the reason for that is because of its space. I'm a PC master race guy. I do not recommend people to get a laptop purely for gaming. I suggest to just keep on saving and saving and saving. No matter how many years it takes for a gaming PC, it's going to be really worth it. And people spend $4,000 AUD dollars for a laptop that is going to be slow within a year because of its space, and the air flow is not as great as a PC. It's the same for this. The Nintendo Switch OLED model does not have a CPU or more RAM unless they increase the size of the Nintendo Switch. And I don't believe that they're going to make a PS5 or an Xbox Series X. That competition is way too out there. It's already a meme of PS5 versus Xbox. They want to be different in terms of what they release. So there is a bigger, better screen, enhanced audio, enhanced audio, and a redesigned dock now includes a LAN port. That's the whole difference. This video could have ended right here, basically. So there's no internal differences in terms of processing power for this new OLED Switch. It is just the aesthetics and the visual aesthetics as well. So just to summarize the big question, will we finally get some Bayonetta 3 footage or some Bayonetta 3 news just because this Switch came out? No, I think they're going to maintain their mysterious marketing campaign so that way they can finally drop that bombshell on us once it finally releases. If this was 2020 me, I would have been like, oh, there's gonna be new Bayonetta 3 footage. No, I don't think so. I think at this point, I'm just going to be having my hopes high, expectations low, the real way. So I wouldn't expect any Bayonetta 3 news, but Nintendo, Platinum Games, if you want to prove me wrong, you are more than welcome to. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. If you did enjoy, I will be live streaming this upcoming weekend, so make sure to stay tuned for that. I'm Rakun, and never get disheartened.